Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another stale movie review. Today we're going to be talking about Eden Lake. Before we get into this review though, I want to say a quick thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of the channel. If you want to find out the perks to becoming a creepy patron peep, you can follow the link in the description box. There will also be a clickable link at the end of the video. Alright, so refusing to let anything spoil their romantic weekend away, a young couple confront a gang of hoodlum youths with terrifyingly brutal consequences. Alright, so let's get right into what I liked about this movie. The story is simple and mostly solid. It's a pretty straightforward story. Like, the couple goes off to a lake for a vacation. They repeatedly run into this gang of kids led by Brett, played by Jack O'Connell, and a horrifying accident sends Brett spiraling into a psychotic rampage, and he leads his group of friends to kill to kill this couple. Super straightforward. The performances are great. Michael Fassbender is in this, and I love him. He always does a great job. And Kelly Riley, who I only ever saw in the Pride and Prejudice, most recent Pride and Prejudice adaptation, as Caroline Bingley. So I want to hate her, but she actually did a really good job in this. And then of course Jack O'Connell plays Brett, who I've seen before in Skins, which I know I've talked about this show before on here. It is a UK based like drama television show. It's like Degrassi but better. So I recognize him from that. So I was not surprised at all that his performance was so good. I think he's a brilliant actor. The gore and the violence is, they don't pull any punches on the violence for sure, and it's super hard to watch at times. And the characters are well set up to the point, like the couple especially, to the point that, you know, you really are rooting for them. Like I wanted them to make it out of there so bad. I don't know, I just really felt for them in a way that I don't feel all the time for characters in movies, so it was refreshing. There are a few things I didn't like about this. One of them is I can understand Brett's character. So they set his character up pretty well too. Like, you kind of get a glimpse of his home life, so you can, at least I could kind of maybe guess that he's probably abused or was abused as a young child. So you can kind of, that doesn't excuse his behavior obviously in the movie, but you can kind of understand where it's coming from, and you can kind of understand like the peer pressure mob mentality of how he leads his friends and how he gets his friends to commit these horrible, horrific acts. But I am gonna spoil the ending. This came out 10 years ago, so just be warned. I do not get the parents. So at the end, Kelly Riley's character, you know, manages to get out of the woods, finds refuge in a house, and she accidentally ends up in Brett's house. And Brett obviously goes home also, catches up with her, and tells his version of the story to his dad, and then all of the parents, you know, it's understood that they brutally kill her. I did not understand the parents. I can understand Brett, and I understand Brett's dad, but I don't understand why Brett's dad was able to like control all the parents. You know, like they all seemed like Brett's friends, like they were afraid of him or something. So I'm like, what? So he just like controls all the parents in the town and Brett controls all the kids? The adults just don't make any sense. Like, why they would just so blindly follow along and kill this person. You know, like, you're an adult. Like, either just leave, or, you know, if they all ganged up on Brett's dad, it would have been fine. I don't know. I just didn't, I couldn't suspend my disbelief for that one. The only other thing really is Kelly Riley's performance. Her performance is really good. Her character does not make a lot of sense all the time, and I think that just has to do with the writing. There are a lot of things that her character does that just, it serves the plot. It serves exactly where the plot needs to go, or where they want the plot to go, I felt, but it doesn't really make sense for what normal people might do in a situation like this. One example super early on in the movie is when the couple are trying to get away from the kids and they're driving in their car and they crash the car. Michael Fassbender is stuck in the car. He tells he tells his girlfriend to run and go get help. So she runs off, manages to hide. When she sees the kids coming, she hides from them. They pass by, and that was her golden opportunity to run and go get help. And I know, we wouldn't have a movie if she did that, but there's no reason given as to why she stays hidden for the whole night and doesn't go anywhere. And then just like when it's light out, she goes and finds her boyfriend again. You know, it just didn't make any sense. Like it could have been something as simple as showing her accidentally knocking her head on something and knocking herself out or something. But there's just no reason given for a lot of things that she does. It's like, and you know, as the story moves along, you're like, okay, well, I understand like why they made her character do that, because and it gets them to this point, but it just doesn't, you know, you're questioning her character. Like you're like, nobody would do that. Why are you doing that? And then finally, like it's just really bleak and a sad ending. And it almost feels unnecessarily so. Like, why does it have to be so sad? And I know that like real life can be like this, so I get that, but I don't know, it just felt unnecessary. So that kind of leads me into, was it worth watching? Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that it was a really well done film for the most part, besides Kelly Riley's character. Don't know what's going on with her, but everything else, like the performances were really great, the gore was done really well, and the story is pretty simple. But it's just so bleak and sad that I don't think I'll watch it again. I'm glad I watched it. It's a great movie, but I don't want to make myself depressed every time I watch the movie. That being said, I will give it a 4 out of 5. On IMDb, it has a 6.8 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 81% critic score and a 66% audience score, and there's no rating on Roger Ebert. I was able to watch it on Amazon. It's $7 on there. It's free if you have a Stars subscription linked to it. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box if you want to check it out. So if you've seen Eden Lake, let me know in the description. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about it. You can find me at all the normal social media places. The links for those will be in the description box. You can also find me on my blog at nightmaremaven.com, as a contributing writer at morbidlybeautiful.com, and on patreon.com/nightmaremaven if you want to support the channel. Do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here, and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange.